Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. I'm back for another natural hair tutorial. So this week's natural hair tutorial will be a pinned updo featuring a Bantu knot out. Alright, so it's super cute and super quick and super easy. It's one of my favorites. I thought I would do it this week and share it with you all. So I hope you guys enjoy, and as always, I'm going to show you guys exactly what you need to achieve this hairstyle. A comb, a brush, a spray bottle, Eco styling gel, edge control, beeswax, hair ties, bobby pins, and a pick. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to divide our hair into 4 sections. So first we're going to start with the front section. And it's going to be a semicircle in the front of our hair. Sometimes I feel bad about it. Okay, and so your part should look something like so. So now we're just going to section this part of our hair off. And so now with the remaining parts of our hair, we're just going to section them off into 2 parts. And we do want this part to be as straight as possible and these 2 sections of our hair to be as even as possible. Okay, so now that you have sectioned off your 2 parts in the back of your head, this is what your part should now look like. Okay, so in my new apartment, y'all, I'm coming up in the world. I do have about 4 mirrors in my bathroom, so my part is actually really good. And so for this hairstyle, you actually do want to make sure that your back part and actually all of your parts are pretty accurate for this hairstyle. So please do keep that in mind, okay? So now that all of our parts are done, it is now time to Bantu knot. So we're going to go ahead and start with our back parts, okay? And so it doesn't matter which side you start on, but I'm going to go ahead and start on this side. So normally, it doesn't matter where you Bantu knot at per se, but for this hairstyle and for the look that we're going for, we're going to start to Bantu knot in the very back of our head. The back sections of our hair are going to be pinned up, okay? Something like this, all right? So it's going to look something like this, but it's just going to be really cleaned up. All right, and so for that purpose, the Bantu knots in the back of our hair are not going to be very small, but they need to be clean and distinct in the fact that they are indeed a Bantu knot. So, like I said, we're going to start in the back for this hairstyle, alright? So you need about this much hair. Okay, and since my hair is kind of dry, I'm just going to go ahead and dampen my hair. And then I'm just going to apply my beeswax to my scalp and to my hair from top to bottom. And now you're just going to begin to Bantu knot this part of your hair. Alright, and then this is what you should have. And then you're just going to complete this step all the way down on this side of your hair. Never enough. Never enough. Sometimes I need somebody. But these hopes never enough. Okay, so now that one side of our hair is complete, this is what it should look like. Okay, and as you can see on the side, I tried to make sure that my Bantu knots were more so towards the center. And this is just because when I pin up my hair, I am going to have to brush it to the side anyway. So as much as my hair as I could get to the center part of my head, the better it's not. So from this point forward, we're just going to go ahead and do the exact same thing to this side of our hair. Okay, so now both sides of our hair is complete, and this is what your hair should now look like. Okay, so now that this is complete, all we have left is the top part of our hair. And so this part is pretty simple, and all we're going to do now is Bantu knot this section as well. And so these Bantu knots can be as big or as small as you prefer. I prefer to do mine mid-size just like the rest of my hair, just because these Bantu knots are pretty much what's going going to be left out and what is going to be seen, all right? So that is our next step, and we're going to go ahead and get started.
Sometimes I need somebody, but he's never enough. I can't fall, no, no. I won't let myself. Seems like every time I've tried, I hurt someone else.
All right, so now that that is complete, your hair should look like this. The top is the side, the back, and then the other side. All right, so as usual, you guys know exactly what time it is. It is now time for us to wrap our hair. Okay, so now that we are done with that and that is complete, once our hair dries and settles overnight, I will show you guys the next few steps to make this hairstyle complete. So I will see you guys in the morning. Hello everybody, and it is day 2. So it is now time for us to take down our hair. So what we're going to do is, we're just going to start by taking down the front part of our hair.
Sometimes I feel bad about it.
We're just going to do that by unraveling our Bantu knot.
Sometimes I feel bad about it.
Alright, so now that that is done, we're just going to begin to take down one side of our Bantu knots, alright? So just pick a side, but just make sure that you're doing one side of your hair at a time, okay? And this is very important that you just work with one side at a time so that you do not mess up your part. Alright, so this is what the back of your hair should look like. So these are the pieces we're now about to work with. So with those pieces of your hair, you're just going to begin to take those pieces down. And when we unravel them, we're not going to undo them any further than the 2 strands in which we did them originally. So now that that section of your hair is complete, this is what it should look like, okay? Okay, so now you're going to need about 3 to 4 bobby pins. We're going to begin to tuck and pin our hair. And so this is also where your pick comes into play. So we're just going to pick the side of our hair to elongate the strands of our hair, okay? It's going to make our hair a little longer so that we can actually roll and tuck our hair. Just like so. So once you do pick your hair, it should look a little like this. It's going to be a little fluffy, okay? So now we're just going to begin to add our Eco Styling Gel and our edge control. You're just going to apply your edge control to your edges to make sure that everything is laid. So I'm just going to begin to apply it on my edges, all down the side of my hair, and all under. And then I'm just going to begin to add the gel a little bit throughout my hair to help lay everything down even more. And then I'm just going to use my brush, and then I'm just going to brush it in an upward motion. And then this is when our tuck and pin method will come back into play, alright? And so we're just going to grab, tuck, and grab and tuck. And then we're just going to do this all the way up our hair. Just like this. And then you're just going to keep doing that all the way to the top of your hair, pulling in any extra pieces of hair until you cannot any longer. Of course, this is when your bobby pins will come into play. And I said 3 to 4, again, just depending on the thickness of your hair. And then I'm just going to begin to pin. Okay, so one side of your hair should now look something like this. And so we're just going to repeat this step on this side of our hair.
I'm so on the loose. She's so over me. I'm not over you. Yeah, I did my dirt. Hit you where it hurt. I put your heart in the mix. Issues that I need to fix. But I can't focus. They say the money is the motive.
Okay, so now that both of your sides are complete, this is what the back of your hair should now look like. It is now time for us to begin with the front half. All we're going to do now is take down the rest of our remaining twists.
I can't, even though deep inside I'm incomplete. I try to love them, but that's just not me.
Alright, now that that is done, our hairstyle, I do believe, is complete, ladies and gentlemen. So So this is what we have, alright? So this is the front of our hair. As you guys can see, it is super defined and curly, and I absolutely love it. You can separate your hair. I don't believe that I'm going to do so because as time goes by, it will fluff up and separate itself. But this is the side and the back and the other side. Voila! This is your pinned updo, and I really hope you guys enjoy this tutorial as I do with all of my tutorials. But I really love this style. It turned out really well, I do believe. So I really love it. I really enjoy it. As always, I try to give you guys looks that can go just about anywhere, because as women, we wear many hats and we do many things, and I know all of my fabulous subscribers are holding it down out there in the world, and that y'all just do it all, because I do too. So as always, stay tuned to more videos, and I hope you guys like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.